Good morning, students. Welcome back to the lecture. In today's class, we are moving ahead of recording for transaction part 2. Excuse me. Today, we are going to learn how to record when small expenses where vouchers are not available but still recorded in the books of account. The topic for today is petty cash book. Now what is petty? Petty means small. So petty cash book is a subsidiary books. And in this book we will record all the small expenses which we have spent on coolie or cartage for postage, stationery, then refreshments, etc. So some expenses which are very small where we do not have any vouchers. In such a case, the organization will have to prepare a self-assigned vouchers to keep a evidential proof for these small expenses. So petty cash book is a subsidiary books which records only small or petty expenses. Now for this purpose they will be appointing one cashier called as petty cashier. Followed? So a petty cashier is appointed to record these books, and this petty cashier will be working on impressed system. Now what is this impress system? Now for example, if I take, we have given 1000. For example, your parents give you all pocket money of rupees 100, 200. So within that particular 100, 200, whatever is the expenses for the month you have to carry on. In the same manner, even a petty cashier is given certain sum of amount under which that amount which is given, whatever amount is given for 1000, 2000 or 3000, whatever amount may be given, that amount is called as impressed system. So this impressed amount will be what it is? It is a definite amount which is given to the petty cashier to make all these small expenses. So this amount, within that given impressed amount, he has to meet all the expenses of the month, and at the end of the month he has to get the entries recorded to the main cashier. The main cashier will examine all the amounts which are spent on the by the petty cashier, and he will reimburse or he will give back the petty cashier the same amount which is equal to what he has spent. So for the next month also he will get the same impressed amount which is ready for spending on small expenses. So we are having the impressed amount which is under this system. A definite amount is given to the petty cashier in the beginning of the period, and this amount whatever is specified or given is called as impressed system or impressed amount. Now this the petty cashier will start making the payments from this given amount, and at the end of the period he will get the petty cash book to the main cashier, who will examine and reimburse the amount spent, so that when he begins the next month he will have the same amount which he had in the beginning of previous month. So here you can see the example. Rupees 2000 is given in the beginning of the month, and the petty cashier spends round about rupees 1970. 1970 is the amount that he has spent on various small expenses. Now what will be the balance remaining? It is only 30 rupees. So the amount for the next month the petty cashier is going to receive is 1070 only, 970 only, 1970 only he will receive. So that 1970 plus 30 will give him the total of rupees 2000. So every year he will get the same amount which he started with the beginning. So this is what petty cash book is. Now we'll see what is the format of petty cash. Now petty cash is mainly prepared to have better control on the cash transactions. Now cash can be spent. If we don't have proper control, it becomes a difficult task to track the errors and frauds made. For that purpose, the petty cashier is appointed to just record only the small amounts, and the main cashier will be looking after the big or the main course of accounts. So now the format is given under analytical system. So we are having two types of petty cash. One is simple, another one is analytical. So firms always prefer analytical petty cash book because they can have proper control even on petty expenses. So we'll see the format. It is similar to that of a cash book. Only the amount side of debit is being taken. So from the debit side, it is having two columns, debit and credit. So the debit side do not have more entries. That's why only the first column is taken for the debit entry to record the amount received. Then from the second column, we will be having all the amounts or all the columns pertaining to the credit side. So your main entry will be, or main line will be first after the first column. So we are having amount, date, particulars, the voucher number, then you are having the amount paid, then you are having the different expenses we are going to have. So whenever we are having minimum 5 to 6 columns can be prepared, and one column should be for miscellaneous expenses. Now what is miscellaneous expenses? It is all the other expenses which are not appearing in the first 3 or first 4 columns will be recorded in miscellaneous or sundry expenses. So now we'll see how it is recorded. The first column records the amount received. So whatever amount of petty cash is received by the main cashier, that is recorded in the first column. Now the second column records the date of amount received and payment. So the first date will be pertaining to the amount received, and then the rest of the dates will be for the payments made. Next, you are having the particulars where we are going to write the details of payments made. So first entry will be to bank and write the amount on the first column. Then the second entry onwards, it will start with the payments by stationery, by postage. So for whatever we have sent will be taken in the particulars column. Next, the self-signed vouchers also will be given numbers. Those voucher numbers have to be recorded in the voucher number column. All the amount paid leaving the first entry, from second entry onwards, the amount will be, whatever amount will be paid is recorded in the amount column. Then the sixth column onwards, whatever we are having is giving us a detail of the amount spent on various small expenses. So in the various amount columns which is being analyzed, to know on which expense the amount is more, for that purpose the analysis of payments is being made. Now the main advantages, whenever petty cash book is maintained or petty cashier is appointed, it will save the time of the chief cashier, because he is relieved from the botheration of spending for small items. And moreover, for better control or the distribution of cash, it is a good technique to have better control on cash distribution. Now we'll see a problem. So now we are having transactions which are given, and where all the amounts are received, transactions are given. So you have to just copy down this problem on a separate page so that you can understand how the petty cash book can be recorded. So you are having on 1st January received from the main cashier or head cashier, it is 1000. Then you are having all the rest expenses which are dealing with small expenses spent for postage, traveling expenses paid to manager, office cleaning, subscriptions to newspapers, messaging charges, auto fare, Xerox charges, refreshment to customers, then cartage. So you can see all are relating to expenses only. So next slides will show us the petty cash which is being prepared. So now we are having the amount. Followed the amount. This problem I hope you will have taken down. The next slide will be showing, because in the next slide I will not be able to move this slide again and again. So it is feasible if you all copy down this problem on a separate page. Yes, now we are having on top petty cash book, the debit side and the credit side. Now only the first column will be pertaining to the debit side. Rest of the columns will be pertaining for the credit side. Remember that. So first we have the amount received from the head cashier. So on 1/1/2016 I have received 1000 from the main cashier. So the journal entry will be cash account is debited to bank and shown in the amount column on the debit side, that is on the left hand side of your book. So next on 3rd I have spent for postage. So when we have spent money for postage, on the right hand side I should write in the amount column 58 rupees. So whatever amount is paid, that same amount has to be written. And coming to the analysis, I will be having post and telegrams. So in that particular column 58 has to be recorded. Next on 7th it becomes we are paid for traveling expenses. So I will write in the amount column 75. Come to the analysis of payments, see where traveling is column is existing, under that you write 75,000. Next one you are having on 9th by cleaning and this cleaning offices. We have spent for cleaning office cleaning. So office cleaning we have paid 98. So I don't have a column for cleaning over here. So when I don't have a column in this, I will write in miscellaneous expenses 98. Next on 12th we are having the subscriptions given for newspapers. So amount paid to subscriptions is 80. So that 80 rupees is to be again recorded in miscellaneous expenses, because we do not have any subscription column for newspapers and journals. Next on 15th we have paid for messaging charges 30. Now messaging charges can be through telegrams or anything. So in the post and telegrams I will write 30. Next auto fare on 18th I have paid for auto fare. Now this auto fare is again traveling expenses. So all traveling expenses should be recorded in traveling column only, that is 25 rupees in traveling column. Next one is Xerox charges on 20th. So Xerox I will write here by Xerox 40 rupees is spent, the total amount spent. Now Xerox is nothing but printing and stationery. So I will come to printing and stationery column and write 40 rupees in that particular column. On 26th I have spent for refreshments. So in the amount column I will write 50 and particulars will be by refreshments, and then the refreshment column is not there for the first 4 or 5 columns. So I will record it in sundry or miscellaneous expenses. Last one on 31st I have spent for cartage. Now cartage is the hand cart or the amount which is taken pulled by any cart which is pulled by human beings, they are called as cartage. So amount which is taken for transportation of goods, that is called as cartage. So on cartage I have spent 20 rupees. So coming to cartage column I will write 20 rupees. Now all the entries are recorded. So first I will take the credit side, amount paid. So whatever is the total I will total it and write it. So total expenses that I have spent for the year is 76. Then the analysis where we have done those columns also have to be totaled. So the total of the amount paid and the horizontal totals of the analysis should give me the same figure of 476. Follow. Now you take the difference. Total we had 1000 in the beginning. Amount that we have spent is 476. The difference will be treated as balance carried down. That is 524 is still remaining with us. So this balance has to be transferred to the next month. Balance brought down. It is 524. It should be 524 and the total amount that I have received will be 476. Followed? So there's a mistake. Balance brought down should be 524 and the amount received from the main cashier should be 476. So this has to be, the amount has to be interchanged. So again I will start with 1000 rupees in the beginning. Yes, we'll see one more problem. Now again there's a problem which you have to prepare under petty cash book. So received check, we are receiving 500, then paid for cartage 25, taxi fare 70, post and telegram it is 30 rupees, stationery purchased is 65, wages paid is 50, then I'm having 75 for repairs, then parcel charges is 50, bus fare is 10 and coffee expenses are 30. From this particular transactions I have to prepare a petty cash book. So now again we draw a petty cash book. First entry on the February 1st it is to bank, 500 is received. Next I have cartage. So in cartage column I have written 25 rupees. Next taxi fare pertains to traveling. So in traveling expenses 70 rupees is written. Next by postage in the main column as well as in postage column I will write 30. Next stationery. Now on 12th I have done stationery. So the stationery column I will write 65. Next on 15/7 I have paid for wages. So on 15/7 when I have paid for wages I have to write 50. Then I don't have any wages column before, so in sundry expenses I will write 50. Next I have repairs spent for the chair 75. So this 75 rupees again there is no repairs column, so I will write it in miscellaneous column 75. Next parcel charges paid on 20th. Now parcel charges are relating to the courier charges, so it will come under the post and telegrams. So 50 rupees under post and telegrams. Next one by bus fare. Now bus fare is 10 rupees, so it's a traveling charge. It should be written in the this traveling expenses. Now coming to coffee expenses. Now coffee expenses are pertaining to refreshments. So 30 rupees spent for refreshments is not available, so it will come in the miscellaneous expenses. 30 rupees. So now I will take the total of all the amount which is spent. So it will amount to 405. So the total of analysis made also is being totaled, which also amounts to 105. So now difference between 105 and 500 is 95. So this 95 is the closing balance. So this closing balance is transferred to next month, that is on 1st March, 95 rupees, and the main cashier after examining these transactions will reimburse the amount of rupees 405. So you will be getting the same amount in the beginning of the next month also. So this comes to the end of petty cash book for the day. In the next class we'll see what topic we are going to deal. Till then, thank you and have a safe day.